Hi, this is Scott Osborne from Fox Run Vineyards. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on here in the wintertime. That's been going on the last couple of months. It's been one of the warmest winters on record, although with all this snow, you would not think that. This is John Kaiser, our vineyard manager. He's just digging us out from the last big snow. But work continues no matter how deep the snow is. So here we're taking a little walk up the stairs into the lab, where our winemaking team is working on blends. We do a lot of blending, but this in particular is the Foxtrot Red, which has got an extreme following. But what they're trying to do is figure out the best blend with the acid, the sugar, so that it can be almost the equivalent of last year's vintage. They spend a lot of time doing these tastings. So back outside, the Ruby Port, it spends a year in these large barrels, and this is Ashley McCaffrey, who's our assistant winemaker, and they got to taste these things. They got to check them out on a regular basis. So she's gone out there, and what is she using right there? Well, we call that a wine thief. It is a tool that all winemakers use to extract wine from the barrels without contaminating the wine too much. Beautiful, beautiful view there. Well, what's the main job that's been going on this winter is pruning. Now, what you're looking at right now is an unpruned vine. So you can see all those canes. You can see the stems from the clusters of grapes. After the machine has picked the grapes, all the ripe grapes have fallen off into the picker, and it just leaves that stem. So you can see how smooth it is. Nobody's walked through the snow yet. And this is the Chardonnay vineyard that our Kaiser Chardonnay comes from. So we're coming up to our Riesling vineyard. Most of it has been pruned, but we have a good example of some pruning going on. Here, what you're looking at is Pete Howe, who is pruning this vine. He looks at each vine. He decides how many canes that he wants to keep, and then he proceeds to cut everything else off. He also likes to take any excess ties and stuff like that off, because we want the wires to be as free and clear as possible. As Pete finishes up on this vine, we are going to go to a finished vine and a finished vineyard, so you can sort of see what it looks like once everything's finally pruned. Next video that we're going to do is going to be the beginning of mud season and tine and bud break. And I want to thank you all for watching this video, and hopefully you learned something about pruning. See you in a couple of weeks.